This is Q4 to Cambria Heights 235th Street. This stop is Archer Avenue and Parsons Boulevard. Next stop, Archer Avenue and 165th Street. Transfers available to Q5, Q20A, Q20B, Q24, Q30, Q31, Q42, Q44 SBS, Q83, Q84, Q85, Q111, Q112 and Q114. This stop is Archer Avenue and 165th Street. Next stop, Merrick Boulevard and Liberty Avenue. Transfers available to Q5, Q42, Q83, Q84, Q85 and X64. This stop is Merrick Boulevard and Liberty Avenue. Next stop, Merrick Boulevard and 105th Avenue. This stop is Merrick Boulevard and 105th Avenue. Next stop, Merrick Boulevard and 107th Avenue. This stop is Merrick Boulevard and 107th Avenue. Next stop, Merrick Boulevard and 108th Avenue. This stop is Merrick Boulevard and 108th Avenue. Next stop, Merrick Boulevard and 109th Avenue. This stop is Merrick Boulevard and 109th Avenue. Next stop, Merrick Boulevard and 110th Avenue. This stop is Merrick Boulevard and 110th Avenue. Next stop, Merrick Boulevard and 111th Avenue. This stop is Merrick Boulevard and 111th Avenue. Next stop, Linden Boulevard and 172nd Street. Transfers available to N4, Q5, Q84, Q85 and X63. This stop is Linden Boulevard and 172nd Street. Next stop, Linden Boulevard and Murdoch Street. This stop is Linden Boulevard and Murdoch Street. Next stop, Linden Boulevard and 176th Street. This stop is Linden Boulevard and 176th Street. Next stop, Linden Boulevard and 178th Street. This stop is Linden Boulevard and 178th Street. Next stop, Linden Boulevard and 179th Street. This stop is Linden Boulevard and 179th Street. Next stop, Linden Boulevard and Newburgh Street. This stop is Linden Boulevard and Newburgh Street. Next stop, Linden Boulevard and Farmers Boulevard. Transfer available to Q3. This stop is Linden Boulevard and Farmers Boulevard. Next stop, Linden Boulevard and 191st Street. This stop is Linden Boulevard and 191st Street. Next stop, Linden Boulevard and 193rd Street. This stop is Linden Boulevard and 193rd Street. Next stop, Linden Boulevard and 195th Street. This stop is Linden Boulevard and 195th Street. Next stop, Linden Boulevard and 197th Street. This stop is Linden Boulevard and 197th Street. Next stop, Linden Boulevard and 199th Street. This stop is Linden Boulevard and 199th Street. Next stop, Linden Boulevard and 201st Street. This stop is Linden Boulevard and 201st Street. Next stop, Linden Boulevard and 204th Street. This stop is Linden Boulevard and 204th Street. Next stop, Linden Boulevard and Francis Lewis Boulevard. Transfers available to Q77. This stop is Linden Boulevard and Francis Lewis Boulevard. Next stop, Linden Boulevard and Nashville Boulevard. This stop is Linden Boulevard and Nashville Boulevard. Next stop, Linden Boulevard and 217th Street. Transfers available to Q27. This stop is Linden Boulevard and 217th Street. Next stop, Linden Boulevard and 219th Street. This stop is Linden Boulevard and 219th Street. Next stop, Linden Boulevard and 222nd Street. This stop is Linden Boulevard and 222nd Street. Next stop, Linden Boulevard and 225th Street. This stop is Linden Boulevard and 225th Street. Next stop, Linden Boulevard and 228th Street. This stop is Linden Boulevard and 228th Street. Next stop, Linden Boulevard and 231st Street. This stop is Linden Boulevard and 231st Street. Next stop, 235th Street and Linden Boulevard. This stop is 235th Street and Linden Boulevard.